welcome to Martial Arts Explorer. I'm Scott Combs. In this series, we explore effective self-defense techniques as revealed in classical martial arts of all styles. We're continuing with Senior Master Instructor Dusty Seal's concepts regarding form interpretation from the ground. Now, these initial standing techniques are essential to understanding what Master Seal does on the ground. This time, we explore several down counters in great detail.
So I wanted to back up a little bit. We're going to go again with that takedown. But now we're going to do basic takedown, what everybody has done, right? We're just going to do down counter takedown, hit lung 5, grabbing the gi. Everybody's done this, right? So we're just going to go here, hit lung 5, grab up in here, but I want you to look just like the kata. Kata starts off this way, and it does this, and it turns right in here, and then step up and punch, right? But what I want us to concentrate now is our actual stance. Stance is a foundation. You know, if the skyscrapers didn't have a good foundation, they'd all fall over. This is where you got to start everything off at. So if I'm doing this, and then I shortchange myself, right? You know, I like to see that people just turn. You know, and they do this all the time. No good, right? It's not going to do anything for you. You got to think this is your anchor, and the elbow and the hip are stuck together. And this is how I want us doing it too. Grab the gi. Don't grab the gi here. Grab on the other side, pop it, grab the material, right? So this hand turns and cuts because it comes to your hip. This hand leads by the elbow. Resist me, please. That goes, right? So and I was pulling this one back the first time too. So this cuts and pulls back to your waist, but don't put that elbow out. Body alignment, it's down below your chest. So from this position, now you've got to drop because you're grappling. You've got to drop into deep stance. Right there. Get that person locked in. Here was your next movement. And then everybody knows from here, if you want to do step and punch, you can step and punch. But how many people will do this? How many people do that? Oh, come on now. Exactly. Again, Professor Presas, punishing, destroying, you go through it. Kata tells you to step and punch. If that's what you want to do, then you step and punch. We don't switch our feet. Maybe I don't get the full step out, but it's right through as I go, right? So this has got to come back, pull that through as you go. Whatever your finishing technique is going to be. But I want you to actually get comfortable with get that locked in. Don't do it like I just did it. I mean, actually picture shooting across, but get to it. Curve this and step in a big stance. If I step in short stance now, I'm getting taken down, right? But right there should be about where his butt goes. Slide it right through, right? Keep this control. You want to keep this control. Really, this would be his head, his hair. You know, go through the technique. But I want you to do that. So for one, we still get a little bit more comfortable with the throw. Do it nice and easy. Do you know where lung 5 is? Where we're hitting? Just a second. Right here, the crease of the elbow. That's all you get to.
I don't know the technical term, but I know what it is.
Yeah, you're just doing this because this makes both knees buckle, makes the body turn, right? So when we do traditional kata, and that instead of blocking the kick and his hand coming back to the waist because it's got nothing in it, that part is hitting here. This and this and this are again allergic beats, right? So that's why when you tap, that would be possibly knock out or at least TKO, right? But bare minimum, it's at least a punch then to get to over here, right? Okay. All right, everybody try that. We use a short stance variation of this, of still just doing this, but I want you to think quick movement, right? So we had actual takedown, we're gonna do short stance variation, and then I'll take you to the ground, you know, and show you. And some of you guys might have already thought of it. If you hadn't thought of it before, I'm telling you, it's just, you want to kick yourself in the butt going, holy crap, yeah, it's the same exact thing. It doesn't look anything different. But short stance version, say the guy's, you know, wrestler, shoot fighter, whatever the case is, right? Guys coming in. I did this out at the Dillman camp, and I thought George was just hovering over me watching because he liked the technique. He'd never seen the technique before. He thought it was pretty cool, but I thought he was just hovering over watching because, you know, he thought it was cool. After I got off the mat, he pulled me in the back office, and he goes, you know who that guy was? And I'm like, no. And he's like, he's the West Coast NHB fighting champion or whatever it is, you know, the no holds bar crap. And that's what he does, you know. And because after the thing, he's like, well, you know, I wouldn't actually go at it that way. I'm like, well, do what you would do. I still popped him, you know. And George, then I got on the ground and I did the Nahanchi choke that I'll show you guys later too, off of it, you know. And George is like, man, he goes, I didn't realize you could do all that stuff, you know. And George kills me because he still thinks I'm like 14 or whatever, you know. But he pulled me in the side and he's like, man, that guy's, you know, that's what that guy does.